Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I am the minister of wellness, Nathaniel Jordan, and I welcome you to part 5 of the 12 components of food addiction. Part 5, social normalcy. We're marching right through, slowly but surely, through the most significant accumulation of knowledge you will ever acquire in your journey towards excellent health. Now, for those of you all who are watching this video and this is your first time being exposed to me, please, this is part 5. You need to watch the other four parts. And even before you watch the other 4 parts, you need to watch all 12 parts on the power of the G-bombs. I'm putting these all in a playlist. You will continuously hear me say this every time I do a video. Knowledge is power. To get off the death train of obesity, sickness, suffering, and pain that nearly all Americans go through, regardless of their faith, all Americans, nearly all Americans, I'm speaking in general here, are suffering from food addiction. And if you want to get away from that majority, health and wellness must be attacked with religious fervor. Now, for those of you all who have been called to walk the higher path towards excellent health, then you will do it. You will do it. Matter of fact, many of you watched all 12 parts and you're keeping up with them video by video. And then you've watched a lot of my other videos because I have a whole playlist that contains, I believe now 7 or 8 full lectures that I've done. I'm a health and wellness speaker. I'm a professional health and wellness speaker. So I've spoken at Howard University. I speak at churches on a regular basis, and I've put some of the lectures, just a few of what I've done, and I've put them in a playlist. And the rest of them that's not on playlist, you can find. I appreciate your support. I have put them on DVD for those of you all who are able to. And by the way, I do appreciate all of the support, the many supplement orders that came through. Again, my store is in full stock. I sent you all's orders off, and I did include also a sheet with my speaker's profile on it, because you all know I'm having a seminar January the 4th. I have seminars in my hometown. And many of you, I know you won't be able to make. You really want to come. I know that if all of you all can make it listening, I know you all will come. All of you all will come. But I know that's just not possible. I did include in that my speaker's resume. Give that to one of if your local church has a health ministry, or your NAACP Urban League. I've spoken at all of these different organizations. So there's always somebody out there that's planning to do something for health or revolving around health. And you never know. You give that to them, and before you know it, you might be sitting there in the front row and I'm speaking live to your city. So you never know. So I included that for all of those with the orders. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And again, everything is in stock on my website. And for those who are unable to purchase a book or DVD because of financial difficulties, that's absolutely okay. I just want you to be healthy, and I want your testimonial. Matter of fact, if you send me your testimonial, your before and after picture, if you leave a extensive review on my website of how one of my books helped you to reverse your conditions, I'll send you something for free. OK, so that's why I'm doing these videos every day. So money is not an excuse. I'm putting out these videos for free. If you're able to buy a book, a DVD, or a supplement to help me as I help you, thank you. Your testimonial is worth gold. That's as good as buying a product. And then a few of you have requested for other means outside of my website to make a donation, because my website, it starts at 50 and up. And again, this is my Cash App, $Minister of Health, $Minister of Health. And I have had a few of those come in, because you can choose the price through Cash App. Thank you. Also, thank you. Whatever way. Thank you for those of you all who share the videos. Thank you for those of you all. Some of you all you've given your website to organizations and churches in your area, and it's out of your hands. That's in the hands of the Most High to touch their heart, to be interested enough to utilize their budget to bring me in. So I thank you for doing what you can to help spread this information. So again, the power of the G-bombs, very important for those of you all. You might be coming across this for the first time. Please watch the other 4 parts. Watch the 12 parts on the G-bombs. The G-bombs teaches you what to eat. It teaches you what to eat. Shouldn't have too many questions if you carefully watch all 12 of those videos. And then now this series is focusing on why it is so difficult to do what you've just taught. Many of you, you watched all 12 parts. Why are you still struggling? Why? Because of food addiction. And that's the importance of these videos. And of course, I'm not saying that to feel bad. I'm just saying it like that to emphasize the importance of this 12-part series, the importance of all of it being put together. The knowledge you will have after this 24-part series, the 12 G-bombs, and then these 12 videos, it is going to put you on a level far beyond most doctors, especially in Western culture, because Western culture doctors are nothing but legal drug dealers. Most doctors are riding a faster death train than most Americans, because not only are they eating themselves to death, but they are actively participating in the destruction of millions of lives by prescribing dangerous poisons, which all have deadly side effects. Making a living off killing people takes a toll on you spiritually and physically. You can't do that. And that includes the ones who might be operating in so-called ignorance. I'm sorry, but you still will be destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because you're killing people. I know you might not mean to, but that's what you're doing. Now, if you look at the picture of this obese, and I don't have time to worry about people's feelings. If you're a medical doctor and you're listening to this, that's just the way it is. I have medical doctors who have come and heard me speak live, and they came up to me after and shook my hand and told me that they agree with everything I was saying. OK, and some of them are trying to make a change. Just do what you can. If you're a medical doctor, do the best you can to emphasize real medicine to people. Do the best you can. And yes, there's a whole movement of doctors, the physicians, a committee for responsible medicine headed by the great Dr. Neil Barnard. They are doing an excellent job. They are a whole organization of medical doctors who are teaching people the truth about health and wellness. I encourage you, if you're an MD listening to this, to find out about them and join forces with them, and stop being a legal drug dealer. So if you look at the picture, and I have it up here, look at this picture. You're getting a clear vision of the 5th component of food addiction, social normalcy. Everyone in the family is fat and sick. That's social normalcy. And some of you all are cold-hearted. People say I'm rough, and some of you all cold-hearted. I saw a few comments when I have had this picture up on other videos calling them the clumps. That's cold. But unfortunately, it's sad the way this picture is sad. It really is. They're supporting each other on the death train. They are encouraging each other to eat themselves to death without a care in the world. This picture illustrates the insanity of our culture. Why would any loving parents allow their children to become like them when they don't want to look and feel how they look and feel? Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. No one wants to be fat. I remember Rock Newman told me that when I first came up there. He told me that. He gave all the secrets of the mind of an obese. He told me that no one wants to be fat. Anyone, male or female, parading around showing their blubber off is full of crap. Full of crap. They hate the way they look and feel. It's just that they've entered the 12th component of food addiction, the ego trap. The ego trap, or also known as hopelessness. So they're pretending like they don't care. But you all know, if I created a pill that drug food addicts could pop in their mouths and get lean while still being able to indulge in all their favorite poisons, I will be a trillionaire. Because which one of us wouldn't, including myself, if I could eat all the vegan junk food I want and still be 163 pounds, 4% body fat by just taking a pill? I'd be a trillionaire. But, okay, no magic cure for obesity or any of its subsequent diseases are coming. As you all know, that's a pipe dream. Excellent health is earned through faith, patience, and persistent action. The pleasure trap is so strong. Most people can't even make it to the 5th component. Most don't have what it takes to fight the good fight as we do. So they give in and then help to create an environment around them that supports their inability to fight food addiction, to bury the shame they feel deep inside. If you're ashamed of having mounds of fat hanging off your body, but you don't have the faith to summons the greatness God put in you to fight, the best way to bury that guilt is to hang around people just as fat as you are. And that's what we have in this picture, which is just a symbol of what's going on in America. Everyone is fat. Everyone is popping medications, either for their mental illness or their physical illness. And I'm talking about children too, all them acne poisons. I used to take all them acne poisons. That counts too. I used to put them drugs all over my face because of all that, how bad my skin was. Now people compliment me on how my skin looks. The government claims that more than 70% of a nation of 300 million Americans are overweight or obese. 70%. However, this is going to upset some of you all. If you drop the BMI to where it should be, yeah, you heard it right. You heard it right. The BMI chart is not biased against black people. The BMI chart is not biased against black people. That's a lie from the mind of a food addict trapped in the dreaded victim mentality. As a former obese black man, I am saying that the BMI chart is wrong for all people. Unless you are a freak of nature like a prime Mike Tyson, or if you're a female, think of a prime Serena Williams. Your BMI should be under, you should be 23 or under. Right now they have it at 25 or over. They changed it. So per my standards, per the standards of the Minister of Wellness, 90% of all Americans are overweight or obese. You think that's bad? Gets worse for black people, especially for black women. Now, let me say something right now. this is going to upset a lot of people, what I'm about to say. But I don't care, because I have to tell the truth. According to the government, hold on to your toes, sisters, 84% of all black women are overweight or obese, making black women the fattest subgroup in America. In this entire nation, there is no group of people more overweight than black women. We must face the facts and stop whining. The BMI chart is not racist. It's not. I'm sorry. The truth is, if the BMI chart was according to my standards, 99.9% of all black women are overweight or obese. Meaning it would take 101 sisters in a room to find one that's lean and healthy due to excellent health, not because they're sick or because they're smoking cigarettes or stressed out or anorexic. I'm talking about a lean, healthy black woman because they're eating a plant-rich diet and exercising on a regular basis. That's rare. I know this hurts, but deep inside, you all know that I'm right about it. Just drive through the black community, walk through Walmart, and see for yourself. Again, all Americans, white or black, are fat and sick. All of us. All of it. This is the fattest, sickest nation in world history. I'm just focusing. I'm a black man, and I'm just focusing on the disparities that exist within my race for a minute. OK, but many of you all listening may not be black, and you listening to this because you're an overweight food addict yourself, and your family and your friends are riding the death train and persecuting you. I'm just focusing on my race for a minute, and especially black women. Now, of course, most black men on the death train. Most black men are fat and sick. But what I feel is that it is pretty much accepted. Everyone knows that black men don't live long, healthy lives. Everyone pretty much knows that. But it needs to be more brought to light. I think the epidemic among black women, I don't know why is not as brought to light. It seems like this epidemic, instead of being dealt with, is being celebrated. The normalcy of being fat has changed the entire culture of America, especially black America. I'm being as sensitive as I can here, brothers and sisters, but I have to tell the truth. I always constantly must fight against sisters who are scared to get too small when really they have about 20 or more pounds of fat to lose. Where is this coming from? Social normalcy. Most black men are fat and want their woman to have, here's what I hear, meat on their bones or something to hold to keep them warm at night. All of these stupid, cute sayings to justify the obesity epidemic. As a minister of wellness, I find them disgusting. There's nothing sexy about fat. Excess body fat is dangerous, even a few pounds of it. Our sisters get more aggressive forms of breast cancer and then die faster from breast cancer than other women. And the obesity disparity is a huge part of this problem. Yet instead of highlighting this crucial factor in ending the health disparities that exist concerning breast cancer, these stupid, worthless, sellout breast cancer charities filled with obese, insane food addicts only push mammograms. Why? Because they're getting paid to do so. And why are they getting paid to push mammograms so hard? Because mammograms creates patience for the wicked cancer treatment industry. The mammogram is inaccurate, so it creates patience. It's late detection. They use the detection to terrify you. Once you're terrified, they take your money and your health and your breast in the process. I have had several brothers. Maybe I didn't do I should have probably mentioned at the top before I dove into this, that this will be one of the most intense. So I'll tell you right now, all 12 parts, this one, the 5th part and the 12th part, you're going to have to hold on to your toes. Okay. Don't make me your enemy because I'm telling you the truth. I don't have time to play games. The fastest growing profession within the death care system is childhood oncology. Did you know that? Yeah. So if you want to have a secure career, become a childhood oncologist. I don't have time to play games. I've had several brothers express to me while I was health coaching their wives that they don't want them to get too small. Yeah. If I wasn't bound by the laws of the Most High God of Israel, I'd swear I'd punch him right in the jaw. How foolish to desire your wife, the woman you vowed to love and protect, to cherish, and you want her to be sick. Now I can hear it now. Oh, hold on, brother minister. I ain't never said I want my wife to be sick. You gone too far now. But you're being destroyed for a lack of knowledge, my brother, because being fat is a disease. So if your wife is overweight, she's going to eventually get sick. Excess body fat is linked to all the diseases, including infertility, my brother. I have health coached many women whose marriages have been destroyed because the pain from their inability to produce a healthy child. I'm talking about women who have suffered several miscarriages, and the pain destroyed their marriages. The standard American diet is of the devil. God have mercy on us all, for we know not what we do. Food addicted husbands encouraging the death of their own wives. And then I know wives who want their husbands to be fat because it makes them feel more secure. I've gotten emails from husbands begging me for advice in their marriage because their wives want to send their children off to school with a lunchbox full of brain damaging frankenfoods. And when they say no, they need fresh fruit. An argument ensues. And all out. drag out argument over not poisoning your own children. What loving mother in her right mind would willingly poison her own children? Yeah, but she don't know, Minister Nate. Come on, man. Calm down, Nate. They don't know, brother. But brothers and sisters, that's the point. Mental illness. If you're on the standard American diet, you're not in your right mind. You see, and I'm just using this example because you can flip it back and forth. Husband, wife, husband. Wife sees her husband eating healthily. You see it. You see he looks better. He's looking better. He's losing weight. But instead of humbling yourself or herself to learn from him so she can do the same and then lead their children on the path of life, she fights it. Or he fights her. The food addiction kicks in. Says, no, you ain't getting rid of me. That's mental illness. That's insanity. Your food addiction so strong you addict the truly innocent party, the children. Remember that video I posted? Here I am talking about the dangers of fried chicken. This is a meeting. They paid me, the Urban League paid me to come and speak about how our diet is causing the very social ills in our community we're trying to eradicate. And in the midst of me dropping scientific fact after fact after fact, an insane food addict yells out, I love fried chicken. And if you want to know how I responded to her, I posted that video about 1 minute and 40 seconds. And I'm glad that the Most High called me to be the minister of wellness, because it was truly the Holy Spirit that gave me the words to respond in the way to the senior sister who spoke out like that against me in the middle of the speech. Because if the Ruach was not with me at that moment and leading me what to say, it could have got ugly. That's what we see in this picture all around us. A bunch of zombies operating on autopilot, seeking the next bite. That's all Americans think about. Am I right? That's all people think about. That's all people think about. Food. What are you having for lunch? Or you're going out for dinner? I want some candy. I want some cookies. I need something sweet. I need something salty. Eat. On the phone, ordering a meat specialty pizza, and you just been 10 minutes away from swallowing down a bucket of shrimp fried rice. And oh boy, don't you dare try to be different. Don't you dare try to be different. Woo! Boy, that's when the fun starts right there. When someone in the midst of insanity sees the light. When something clicks inside of them. That's what's happening to many of you now. Watching this video series. The greatness within you is arising, and you are determined to separate yourself from the masses. So imagine in this picture here, Imagine the boy. Imagine that he comes across one of my YouTube videos, and I hope he does, if he's still living. And I stir him to action. Imagine the pushback he would receive from his so-called loved one. I mean, I can picture the whole conversation now. The boy says to mama during lunchtime, she's trying to cook him let's say a ham sandwich and some Pringles and a soda. That's the usual standard American diet lunch. Mom, I can't eat this no more. This is Franken food, mama. We killing ourselves, mom. I want to lose weight and be strong and healthy. I don't want to be fat no more. Mom replied, boy, who you been listening to? The Minister of Wellness. I found him on YouTube when I was searching for help how to lose weight. He said, if I eat G-bombs, I can lose all this fat, get rid of my acne, and have more energy. I'm tired of always being tired, mama. I feel like an old man and I'm just 15. Listen, boy, I think I've heard of this Minister of Wellness. Yeah, I think so. Somebody shared his video on my Facebook page. I think I seen him on TV or somewhere. Man, that man crazy. My grandmother lived, your great grandma lived to be 100 years old in perfect health. And she ate chitlins for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But your great granddaddy, he ate a perfect diet. Boy, he worked out every day and still died of a heart attack at 55. Boy, life and death is in God's hands. We don't know when we gonna die, so stop worrying about food. But mama, the minister makes a lot of sense to me. He said it's foolish to compare our times to our grandparents and beyond and back then because we don't exercise as near as they do. Mama, they didn't have video games. And we are facing 100 times a more polluted environment and food system than them. And mama, even the junk food they ate was organic. They made everything from scratch. And although it's true we must ultimately die, don't God want us to do our very best to take care of our physical temples? That's why in the beginning, he gave us a plant-rich diet to eat. Look, see, it's right here, mama. I didn't even know this was in the Bible. And even after adding meat, he told us which animals were bad for our health, like pork. So I don't want to eat this ham sandwich. Mama, can you please make me a salad? No pork. No pork. I knew it. I knew it. That doggone Minister of Wellness, he must be one of them Muslims or one of them crazy black Hebrew Israelites. Boy, I don't want to hear no more about this so-called Minister of Wellness. You sit down and you eat this ham sandwich. All we have to do is eat in moderation and pray over our food, and the rest is up to God. But mama, this conversation is over. Now, two things will happen at this point. And unfortunately, this happens more too often in real life. Either he does like most do when they face the pressure of social normalcy and give in to his family and stay fat and sick with them until the inevitable happens, or he is one of the great ones and he rises and finds a way to be healthy. He determines in his heart that he is going to be a light in the midst of darkness. He is willing to sacrifice close relationships even with those he loved, because he knows that they are mentally ill and spiritually beat down from the standard American diet. So the great ones know that the best thing that we can do is to come out from among them, get our mind and body right, because one day they will need our help. One day they will respect you. One day they will apologize for persecuting you. One day your decision to march to the beat of a different drummer will enable you to pull others off the death train. One day, yes, sir, when this child is older, he's 50 years old, let's say, and he's healthy and he has a healthy wife and children. And when all his family and friends are on dialysis and have suffered or died from heart attacks and strokes, dementia, autoimmune disease, cancer, he will look back over his life. And when he sees how far God has brought him, his soul will cry out, hallelujah. And that's what I want for all of you. That's what I want. Rise above the insanity around you. Walk the straight and narrow path that leads to life. Be a light in the midst of darkness. March to the beat of a different drummer, no matter how measured or far apart. Be a leader, not a follower. Be the head and not the tail. Be above and not beneath. Through the storms, through the rain, through sickness and pain, you plow forward until you have fulfilled excellent health in your body and strength in your bones. Whenever you feel like giving in to the pressure, and I know it's hard, remember this poem. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled, endured by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud, and unafraid, to think and act for myself, enjoy the benefit of my creations, and with the help of God Almighty, to face the world boldly and say, this I have done. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy. That's our fifth component. You all right? So we're going to move on to part 6. Part 6, pain avoidance. The 6th component of food addiction, pain avoidance. Through much suffering, greatness is birthed from suffering. You're going to have to suffer through this. Have to suffer on your way to excellent health. Thank you all in advance for your support. All my books are in sale, or in stock, all my DVDs, all of my supplements. I did a whole video on supplements. Go there, check it out. All the proceeds go to me. Thank you for your support. The ministerofwellness.com. ministerofwellness.com. Many in the future, you all will be hearing these videos from me being on platforms all across this nation. Okay. But that's because as we come near the end, that's why the Most High raised me up to be his minister of wellness. I'm always need you all support. Just because I'm on this or that or this or that, that's because you all are supporting me. That's why. I'll be fighting this fight. I'll be fighting this war until I die. If you want personalized coaching, if you want one-on-one health coaching, I have that available. The services, the cost and everything is on my website. I do coach people one-on-one. I have one client. She's so serious that she's actually my only gym client. I usually don't train people in the gym anymore, but unless they're very, very serious to want to invest for a month in advance, that's the only time I'll train someone in the gym. And I have a sister and she's doing an excellent job. Matter of fact, she'll be one of the speakers at my 2K20 Drastic Weight Loss Health Fair and Seminar, Saturday, January the 4th, 12 p.m., 6 p.m. at Polish Heritage Center in St. Louis, Missouri. She'll be, we have room for one more sponsor. And if you help to sponsor the event, and then you can be one of the presenters. We'll have 2 presenters each speak for 30 minutes, and then we'll allow people, because this will be a health fair. So it'll be a holistic health fair where vendors will be set up with their holistic health products and education. And then I'll deliver, of course, the keynote lecture. The early bird special is going right now in Labor Day. 2K20weightloss.eventbrite.com. 2K20weightloss.eventbrite.com is June. We have plenty of time to make travel arrangements to come on out and get empowered in January, which most people recognize as the new year, and therefore are absolutely, that's the time of the year when I have people's ear to hear this type of message. That's when people care most about their health. July 4th is coming up, and that's going to be the final nail in the coffin for most people, unfortunately. This series that I'm going over, the 12 components of food addiction, it's a critical part of my knowledge and application-based signature programs, which I have meticulously designed to empower people with the principles they need to eradicate obesity and disease. For more information on my seminars and how I could bring them to your city, if you absolutely can't make it, we have a 6-month. I assure you, a lot of especially the larger churches have health ministries, but I speak at big and small churches. It doesn't matter. I speak at big and small organizations. When the lady yelled out at me about fried chicken, that wasn't a real big meeting. That was not a real big meeting. So I work with people of all sizes and all organizations. As long as everything is within reason, I will work with your budget. But that wasn't a real big meeting. But we worked something out, and most of them were empowered. And I think she was empowered based off of the response that I gave her. I believe it gave her something to think about for the rest of her life. So again, NATHANIELJordan.com. That's the website. If you want to try to bring me to your city, if you absolutely can't come to St. Louis and you want me to bring to your city, And when you purchase something, or if you submit a testimonial and I send you something for free, I will include my speaker's profile, and you can give it to event organizers or anything that might pop up in your area that you think they will be willing to bring me out to deliver a health seminar. You can give that to them. Eat your G-bombs, greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Marinate. I know this was a difficult message. It is not my intention to disrespect anybody, but I just don't. We're in the last days, and there's definitely a sense of urgency in my message. I don't have time to play games, and if your feelings are hurt, I just cannot be concerned about people's feelings being hurt when I'm getting voicemails from women in their 20s who were duped into having their breasts chopped off because they weren't given the truth. And they're crying in their voicemail saying that they wish they had heard my information. I don't have time to play games. I hope you all live a long life in excellent health.